Hey Maryland, it's Governor Wes Moore. And last week we marked the end of our 2024 legislative session. And by moving in partnership with the General Assembly, we are building a stronger and a more resilient Maryland. As we continue to rally in the aftermath of the Key Bridge collapse, we must do everything in our power to support the businesses and the port workers and the families directly affected by this crisis. And that's why the first bill that I signed into law last week was the Port Act, which will avert layoffs by helping impacted businesses retain their workers until the port fully reopens. This year, we've introduced legislation to make Maryland safer, make it more affordable, more competitive, and the state that serves. In our first bill signing ceremony, I signed 5 important bills elevating service in our state. The Maryland Road Worker Protection Act implements recommendations from our Work Zone Safety Work Group to protect road workers while they are on the job. The Protecting Election Officials Act creates new penalties for threats against election officials or their families. Threats to our democracy and our ability to conduct elections will never be tolerated. The CAPES Act expands workers' compensation presumption for firefighters to cover thyroid, colon, and ovarian cancers. And finally, following up with our commitment to make 2024 the year for military families, I signed into law the Family Serve Act and the Time to Serve Act. Together, these 2 bills expand job opportunities for military spouses and double the amount of military leave available to state employees who serve in the National Guard or military reserves. We're making Maryland the best place in the world to change the world. Thank you to all of our partners in the General Assembly, and thank you for being part of this journey. There's more to come, Maryland, so stay tuned. And we'll see you next week.